host, Amberlynn Carroll. Thank you for joining us on Medwatch today. For more than 4 decades, retired ophthalmologist Dr. Richard Moores helped improve the vision of patients in the Valley. So when he noticed changes in his own vision and needed to have his eyes checked, he says his choice for eye care couldn't have been clearer.
I've had the opportunity to live the evolution of cataract surgery.
Dr. Richard Moores saw firsthand how eye and vision care resources changed over time at IQ Vision Care.
It gives me a great deal of pleasure to see how we've evolved. In 1976 when we started.
But when he started to experience changes in his own vision,
well, you notice a diminution of your vision, both for reading, driving, TV. You'll also start to notice glare around lights at night.
Dr. Moores says he knew where to turn.
So he texted me and said, hey, I think my vision's getting a little cloudy. Can I get a cataract check?
Dr. Thomas Shute comes from what he calls an eyeball family, and he and his father knew Dr. Moores for years.
I happened to meet Dr. Shute's father, Stephen Shute, and he was a practicing optometrist in Clovis, and we became good friends, and for years and years he sent me patients.
Dr. Shute comes from a family of optometrists.
My dad was an optometrist, just recently retired after 48 years. Grandpa was an optometrist. Great-grandpa was an optometrist, all here in the Valley.
Optometrists are able to diagnose, examine, and treat the eyes, and ophthalmologists perform medical and surgical treatments for various eye conditions.
I noticed that Dad was referring all of his more difficult patients and all of his surgical patients to this guy named Richard Moores over at IQ. When it came time for me to choose what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, it was definitely, I was thinking about Dr. Moores.
Through Dr. Moore's cataract experience, he was able to see firsthand the advancements made in cataract surgery.
In the old days, we used to stick a needle through the lower lid. It was about this long. We found that you could put topical drops in the eye and make the eye numb so you could operate on the eye without sticking a needle not in the eye but through the lid behind the eye. I was so surprised about how non-invasive the whole procedure is. Absolutely no pain, and it was phenomenal.
For most people, recovery after cataract is a few days. Cataracts are extremely common, and when it comes to our population getting older and starting to notice changes in their vision, cataracts one of the most common causes of blurriness. How many birthdays has that eyeball seen, and how dense the cataract is when we go after it. The natural lens in your eye gets harder as time goes by.
Better eye health has become more accessible through the evolution of procedures like cataract surgery.
Our eyes are pretty magical places. You want to keep up with your annual checkups because eventually there are going to be things that develop, and a lot of these things are treatable.
And through the generations making a difference in the lives of people in the Valley, state-of-the-art eye care continues to be available close to home.
Frankly, in my humble opinion, because I've been here a long time and seen a lot of doctors, frankly, this organization and the doctors here are the best.